It's a problem. There we go. Now you can hear me as well. United beat Liverpool, didn't we? 2-1. What a moment to be a Manchester United fan. And we are now officially against or above Liverpool in the title, in the league. And look, United needed this win. We've had an awful start to the season. We finally have some positives. And it's all up from here, hopefully. We're getting players back. Martial came in and I thought he was fantastic off the bench. Obviously, we have Casemiro coming in. And hopefully the players are finally getting it. They finally get it. What it means to play for Manchester United. What they need to do if they want to be consistently in this starting 11 for us to long term. And if they do all that, then United can be very, very good. Let me try and find some the comments from the players after the full-time whistle. Where is it? Will the United stand have it? No, that's not United stand. Will they have the... So we got some. So, after the game, Jadon Sancho said last week hurt a lot and we knew we had to bounce back. And tonight we showed that the fans, we can do it. He's also said on his goal, I didn't realise how much time I had, but once I dropped the defender, I needed the composure to finish, and he certainly had that. And Jadon Sancho today was absolutely fantastic. Alongside, well, a lot of them, weren't they? Like, how many bad performances can you really say? I don't know. I don't think you can say any. And it's all smiles. It's all smiles for once as a Manchester United fan. You don't often get that, do you? Especially after it's been so long since. There we go. So will red do? We can use red. How about white, actually? White might be a bit better. Yeah, we'll go with white. So, look, at the start of the game, Eric Ten Hag has said, we can play fucking good football. That might as well be the rest of it. At times, we can play great football. And we showed it in spells. Look, I kept saying it in the watch long and I said it in the preview. You don't go to Liverpool, you don't to go dominate the ball and win the game 4-0. It doesn't happen. So, straight away, if fans thought that was going to be the game, they need to get that out of their heads. Today was how United needed to go about this game. Stay in the game and take your chances when we get them. We got chances. We didn't take them all. Elanga should have scored, remember. But Sancho took his goal brilliantly. And so did Marcus Rashford. We took the chances when they fell to us. And we stayed in the game. We didn't concede until, what, the 80th minute? How often can we say that? And that's the difference. We stayed resolute. We defended. And we actually, for once, and you don't often hear anyone be able to say this, we outworked Liverpool today. We outworked them. We ran more than them. We were the one, we fought for every single ball. And at times they were sloppy. And I think that the lineup for Liverpool played massively into our hands. I think that midfield three of Henderson, Milner and Harvey Elliott was always going to cause issues. And I said that right at the start of the game. They did not have that ball winner in midfield. That's why I said going into this game, McTominay had to play. Because he is that ball winner. He will get stuck in. I don't think Henderson and Milner are that. And Harvey Elliott definitely isn't that. And that's what they middled. A bit of grit in that defensive midfield role. And United made them pay. When Fabinho came on, that's when Liverpool started to get hold of the game and really dominate for long periods. Because they had that. Fabinho weren't even at his best. But him coming on allowed Liverpool to go get forward a little bit more. Because he is just so good in that role. And just think, We have Casemiro who's better than Fabinho to do that now. Salah triple captain, or Salah captain of FBL played off. Wow, that's why you should have captained Jesus like this man. Although, like I said, I did sell Jadon Sancho. That didn't go too well. But look, we're living life. We're living life. I mean, do any of you guys have any complaints from that game? Because I can't really say I do. Yes, I think there's still little issues here and there, but it was always going to be a tough game today. It was about getting the job done today. We've done that. We're above Liverpool, and now this is where our season has to kick off. We've got Southampton, we've got Arsenal coming up. We have to beat them and continue. Arsenal will be a huge game because they are playing so well at the moment. But if we can play like we have today, we get Anthony in. We get maybe one or two more signings over the line. We can go toe to toe. We can go and beat teams. We've shown it today. And that's what's most pleasing. And I mean, let's talk about these two. These two right here. What a monster performance from those two. Especially Lisandro Martinez. He was outrageously good. All this criticism he's been getting recently. But it doesn't matter. Because he showed his quality. He showed that he's good enough. And those of us who kind of watched the games and kind of sort of analysed it a little bit more knew he would be great. Because teams might try and target him, but he can deal with that. And that's fine. Marcel should have shot instead of trying to pass it to Donny. I agree. He does. But I'll tell you what, that's neither here or there now, isn't it? I'll tell you what, when Liverpool start... Oh, no, I'm going to be bloody... I mean, this is where our season kicks off. It has to be that. This has to be used as a stepping stone. We are above Liverpool. We are above Liverpool. At this stage, are people still saying Liverpool can win? Well, maybe not win the league, but at least get second place. I imagine a lot of people probably are. So, if that's the case, United can still get top four. We have to improve. We're still going to get better and better as each game comes. At times it will get worse again. But as a landmark statement, as the game goes, I couldn't be much happier. We'll go into player ratings and we'll start discussing people more. David De Gea today. A few times he came off his line and dealt with sweeped up. I think, look, coming out and claiming crosses, we know it's an issue with him. He needs to be better at it. But I think in general, he did quite well today. I don't think he was really at fault for the goal we conceded. He made one or two good saves. I'll give him a 7. I'm optimistic. I'm happy. Player ratings are going to be happy. Diego Dalot up against Luis Diaz. I thought Diego Dalot played really, really well up against Diaz. Robertson as well. Obviously, he came off for Wan-Bissaka. I think that was purely because he was on a booking. And at the end of the day, at some point, it's kind of protecting yourself, I will say. Because at some point, if Robertson or Diaz is running at you and if they beat you, it's an open goal. You want to just be able to have that chance just to wipe somebody out. Take the yellow card and move on. And obviously Dalot couldn't do that. So taking him off, bringing Wan-Bissaka on was the right sub at the right time. But I think he did really well. Really well. I'll give you a hint. David De Gea is going to be one of our lowest rated players. I don't think there's going to be much lower than De Gea. So I'm giving Dalot an 8. Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez. They're both getting 9s. They were fantastic today. And they dealt with Liverpool with ease. Lisandro Martinez putting his body on the line. He was outstanding today. Unbelievable, those two. Absolutely unbelievable. I can't get on board with that. Dalot 5. I mean, look, They're undroppable. They're undroppable. That back four today have made themselves undroppable for the next few games. Because how can you justify dropping them after that performance? You can't. You can't justify it. They were absolutely magnificent. And I mean, Malacia will join. You know, yeah, I'll give him a 9. Maybe an 8.5. I think at the end of the game he was getting a little bit beat a little bit too often for my liking. But he was great. And I think, like I say, I can't say enough. This back four has to continue going into the next game. Because that's the best we've looked defensively in years. Honestly, for years. We were at times we were able to play on the halfway line against Liverpool. With Harry Maguire, we couldn't do that. With Victor Lindelof in there, we couldn't do that. With these four, we could. That is fantastic. And I'm so happy. Lisandro Martinez has shut his critics up. People were talking a load of nonsense about him. Oh, he can't play. He's too short. Was he too short to play against one of the best teams in the world? No. So shut it with the Lisandro Martinez hate and appreciate how good of a defender he is. So calm on the ball. He blocks everything. He puts his body on the line. And for somebody who is 5'9" or something like that, I've never seen someone block a ball so much. It's like he's everywhere. Absolutely great. McTominay and Eriksen in midfield too. I thought generally they played quite well. McTominay, I'm going to give a 7. Yeah, you know what? No, 7. 7's fair. With McTominay, look, defensively he was good. He won a lot of tackles, won a lot of balls in the air. He has to go down because of the card. I mean, I don't know. I don't. Red cards, yes. I don't really think yellow cards are something you kind of mark someone down on. To be honest, I don't really see it like that. But each to their own. With McTominay, look, defensively from a defensive standpoint, he was okay. He won the ball well. He broke up play, which we needed someone to do, and he added that height into the defence. We know David De Gea from corners is fairly weak, so having that bit more height in McTominay was helpful. Those long balls from Alisson, McTominay was there able to win, stop it before a Liverpool player was able to take it down. He was a big part of this result today. And look, that's coming from me. I'm the first to criticise Scott McTominay. But when he does a job, and he does the job well, especially from a defensive standpoint, which is why he was in the team today, you've got to credit him. Like I said, on the ball, there are still problems. He's not great on the ball. We know that. Too often is he's turning, and he turns well at times, but he's not a great dribbler. And he dribbles too much, tries to hold on to the ball too much when he just needs to let it go. And we'll see this with Casemiro. You've got to know your weaknesses. McTominay isn't a great dribbler. He's not going to dribble past 5 players. And he needs to know that. He can turn the ball great, but then give it to someone who's better than you. Give it to a Bruno, a Sancho, a Dalot. Anyone around you really is better on the ball than you. Give it to them. But that doesn't mean pass it backwards all the time. Just find the easy ball in there. Or Dalot making the run there. Easy balls like that. And then you'll get high play ratings. But it is the fact that he does try a little bit too often to try and get hold of the ball and dribble with it. And he loses it too often for my liking. And I mean, like I said, with Casemiro, you'll see the defensive side of McTominay's game today more often, for one. Better. And he's a player that knows his limitations. And won't try and beat his man and whatever. He will just pass it off knowing, look, my role in this team isn't to try and beat 5 or 6 players and try and play a great through ball to the attack. That's the role of Eriksen, of Bruno, of whoever's around him. So I'll give it to him and let them do that job. Christian Eriksen today, I'm going to give an 8. I thought he played well. Obviously, look, he's not a natural number 8. He's a 10. He always has been. But he's went into that 8 role alongside McTominay really, really well. Defensively, I thought he was good. But obviously his role is to supply the front line and get forward when he could. And he did that. And he played big roles in the first goal. Obviously, he was the one that played the 1-2 with Alanga. I thought he was a constant threat. And look, when you win 2-1 against Liverpool, your midfield, you score 2 goals against Liverpool, and you kind of, at times, you play him off the park like we did at times. Your kind of deep line playmaker is always going to have had a good game, and that's true here. Jadon Sancho. I thought Jadon Sancho was really good today. Really good. Maybe not on the level of the 2 centre-backs. He got his goal, which actually means I'll push him up to a 9. I thought he was really good. Really, really good. Alleviated pressure when he needed to. Took his goal so well. I think that gave us the platform to go and win the game, really. Got the early goal. Well, the first goal. And we was there able to be like, look, we're not going to sit back. We're not going to just sit back and give up at this point. But we're able to sit back. We don't have to kind of push men forward as much. We can just sit back and chill a little bit. And defend. Hold on to what we've got. And we was able to do that because of Sancho. And even then, I think Sancho, combinations-wise, he was great. He was a constant threat. Whether that was on the left or the right. He found him. He was picking up great positions. I thought he had a really, really good game, Jadon Sancho. So, 9. Bruno Fernandes, I think he's had an underrated game today. I think he gets an 8. He got around the pitch today. Winning free kicks. Winning the ball back. And he played well, keeping the ball well, slowed the game down when he needed to. He's played really well. We really need to see more. We really needed some more Van Disney tickets. Thank you, Sancho. I really don't know what that means. I'm lost. But yeah, Bruno, fantastic. Did he have a chance to score? I feel like he did at some point. I can't think of it though. No, he had that. He had one chance, didn't he? Where he should have passed it to Martial. But apart from that, I can't think of many mistakes he's made. Van Disney equals Disneyland. You going to Disneyland? Fair play. Is that Florida or Paris? But yeah, Bruno, very good game. Martial is so good. He unlocked their defence, mate. You're speaking to the you're preaching to the converted. I've said for years Anthony Martial is fantastic and should be playing more for Manchester United. And again, he proved it today, and we'll get on to him. Hold on.
Attitude. Tactical, but it's all about attitude. And now you see, we bring the attitude on the pitch. There was communication, there was a fighting spirit, and especially there was team. And then you can see what they can achieve because they can play football. You had 9 days.
They muted it. But that's where he said we can play some fucking good football. But look, we'll move on to Alanga. Now, look, he did his job, he did his role, but he came off at halftime. He was right to. He had to score that chance in the first half. He worked, but unfortunately for Alanga, and this is a player I do like, quality-wise, he's just not there yet. He's a young player. He's going to continue to develop. And under Erik ten Hag, I think he's in good hands. But quality-wise, right now, he just isn't there yet. He didn't play badly. Didn't play great. He's going to get a 6. It's an average 6. 6 isn't a bad rating. 6 is good. It's okay. It's average. Marcus Rashford. Now, I've been a big critic of his. But like McTominay, when he plays well, you've got to give him the praise. And I think today he deserves praise. This is like the Marcus Rashford we know and love. He was fantastic today. Yes, at times he made mistakes. Like I remember, I said it at the time. He was one on one. Well, he was like 1v1 with Van Dijk and tries to Ronaldo chop when he should just run it to the byline and try and get a cross in. Rashford will always make those mistakes. He had another one where he should have passed to Martial but didn't. But in general, got his goal, took it well, worked back and forward, and helped us. He started as a number 9, went off to the left, and I thought he played really well, Marcus Rashford. Not as good as Sancho on the rest of the front line, most of the defence, but probably maybe a little bit better than Dalot. So I'll give him an 8.5. There we go. So then let's get onto the bench. Let me change the colour of the pen. So we'll change it to red. So Wan-Bissaka, he came on, did his job, 6. Late on, nothing. You can't really judge him on that. Fred, he came on. I thought he did quite well in midfield, picking up some loose balls, pressed well. And again, it was all about just, at that point, it was holding on to the lead. We had a 2-goal advantage. It was about holding on to it. And I think Fred helped us do that. So I would say it was about the same as McTominay. 7. Donny, 6. He again came on like at the same time as Wan-Bissaka and did the same job as Wan-Bissaka did. Helped keep that scoreline. Slowed the game down at times. I thought he played really well. 6. And Cristiano Ronaldo will get the same. He didn't really get much of the ball. Went down, had a penalty shot, but apart from that, not much really happened. And Anthony Martial today, look, didn't get a goal, but I think he played really well when he came on at half time. I'm going to give him an 8. Got his assist. As Sancho underscore FT said there, caused problems for that Liverpool defence. He was a constant threat. Like I said, got the goal. Got the assist, sorry. Nearly set up Van der Beek for one as well. He's the glue, people. He is the glue. The more he plays, we get him up top. And I think this is why I wouldn't care if Ronaldo left, as long as we got a replacement. Because when Anthony Martial starts in that Manchester United team as that number 9, we look a better team. That is fact. We look a better team with Martial in there because he is so good under pressure. I mean, even just think back. I mean, Martial could be even higher, really. I'm giving him an 8 because he only played a half, really. But you think back to... it was late in the game when he was on the right wing. It fell to Van der Beek. He brought it down. He gave it to Martial easily. What did he do when he got the ball? A lot of people there either try the long ball straight away and get like a Rashford or Ronaldo, whoever's on the left, running. Or he tries to just bomb it down the wing. What does he do? He brings it forward, slowly, wasting time, letting our team reset, waiting for the Liverpool players to come at him. He's a great dribbler. And then he gets past one, then 1v1 with Van Dijk, and he goes past him. But what he does, because of how he kind of does it, he wins a free kick. And what does that do? It again alleviates pressure, allows United to get up, forces Liverpool back to defend, most importantly, because, well, they have to go back, don't they? They can't just let Man United pretty much near the halfway line take a quick free kick when they've got no defenders, can they? So they forces Liverpool all the way back. United can waste a minute or two, half a minute, and just let the defence calm down, force Liverpool back, and then we can just pass it simple, keep the ball for a little bit, waste a bit more time, and not allow Liverpool to attack us. That is something. That is an underrated skill. That is something that it's like reading the game. It's knowing what to do, and it's something I've always said Rashford doesn't know what to do. And like I said, when in a similar sort of, well, not a similar position, but Rashford should have done a similar thing when he was up against Van Dijk. When I said he should run it to the byline, try and get a cross in, because that wastes a bit more time. Because either it goes out for a corner, falls to somebody, or Alisson has to pick it up, and then he has to then pass it to Van Dijk and then get the ball moving. So it could go in in, or it could go out for a corner, or Alisson has it, not Van Dijk. Those three options are better than Rashford trying to take on Van Dijk and risk losing the ball. And the more players like what has the brain of Martial we have on the pitch, the better we'll be. Especially if he's your kind of focal point. Focal point. You play off of him, you will be a better team. And we've seen that. I thought he was fantastic when Martial came on. And Erik ten Hag. Well. He gets a 10 from me. We've beaten Liverpool. We've stopped our losing run. We're above Liverpool in the table. We utterly deserved to win as well. We deserved it. And even one of the Liverpool fans that I've messaged have said that. We deserve to win this game, which speaks a lot. And look, there was so much said about how Brentford outworked us. Today, we outworked the mentality monsters, the team that never stops running. Manchester United covered 113.78 kilometres today with 155 sprints. Liverpool, 110.6 kilometres with only 104 sprints. We outworked Liverpool today, and we thoroughly deserved that 3 points. And what Erik ten Hag has done over the last week to get these players in the mood and get them motivated and get them ready for this game is part of the reason he gets that 10. The other reasons, backline, perfect selection. Midfield 2. I said going into it, I would have started McTominay and Fred. McTominay and Eriksen were absolutely fantastic. I mean, the only change to this starting 11 that I would have made, really, is Martial and Fred for Elanga and Rashford. But then I said in the 60th minute, I would have brought Rashford on. And, I mean, realistically, you can pretty much make that, more or less. So, and look, and that was assuming Martial was fully fit. Martial might not have been fully fit. And to start then Elanga, I think it was a big call to drop Ronaldo. He was fully fit for this game. But he made the call. And he wasn't even his first sub. He was his second sub in that attacking line. Big call. Wait, sorry, it was his third sub, wasn't it? Because he put Fred first. Or for Sancho. Big call. And it's the right call. And what pleases me about Erik ten Hag as well today, not only did he get his team today pretty much spot on, or I might even be being harsh saying pretty much spot on, he showed that egos in his team, or he's not picking players by personnel, because under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for certain, Cristiano Ronaldo starts this game. He does. He starts it because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would be too scared not to start Cristiano Ronaldo because of his name. But he didn't. Ronaldo could have started today, but he didn't, because it was about the team today. It was about making sure that team was hard to beat, which it was. And the stats show it as well. We were hard to beat, and that's why we didn't get beat. In fact, we won the game and deserved to. Man of the match today, I'm having to give it to Lisandro Martinez. Not only did he shut his critics up today with that performance, he was outstanding. He put on a clinic of how to be a central defender in the Premier League. Brilliant in the air, brilliant on the ground, blocked everything, even stopped Bruno Fernandes scoring an own goal. What more can Lisandro Martinez do today, really? If he got his clean sheet, he might have even got a 10. He was absolutely outstanding. Lisandro Martinez, my man of the match. Let me know, guys, in the chat, please do let me know your man of the match for today. And if you have enjoyed this Let's Talk, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated and help get that number in the top corner. It's that side. Going up and up and up. But yeah, I mean, who do we have next? That's an interesting question. I think, is it Southampton? It is Southampton. So we play Southampton on So yeah, we play Southampton on Saturday. There will be a watch along and a preview for that, of course. We then play Leicester. Now with the Leicester game, we'll have a preview for the Leicester game. Watch along, we won't, because I am away. Same goes for the Arsenal game. The Arsenal game, again, unfortunately, there will be no watch along for the Arsenal game. Preview, I'm not 100% sure, because I will be in America. So I will not be here with my stuff to make that video, and almost certainly to, well, I almost guarantee there will not be a watch along. The Crystal Palace game, on the other hand, that's on the 11th. There may not, I'm not 100% sure if there's going to be a preview for that. Hopefully there is. Watch along, there will be. So yeah. But look, like I said, but talking about the Southampton game, that result today is what we have to use to push on to that Southampton game. This can't be a one time we win, then we go back to our old self. We need to see a similar team to what kind of started that second half for me. And keep ticking on. Build on this performance. Get Casemiro in the building. Get Casemiro in that starting lineup. We can push forward. We can get going. And we can win a lot more games. If we play like that, especially like that, we will win a lot more games than we lose. And that is where I'm going to end this match preview today. If you have enjoyed, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. Like I said, more to come on this channel. We've got the previews and we've got the watch alongs for the Southampton game. Premier League previews where we go through every match day, well, every game of a match day in the Premier League. That will also come. That's another live show. So that's quite a lot of fun, and I enjoy the interaction with that. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one in a bit. Peace.